Welcome to the Relentless Positivity Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Martin. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Just want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on for today's episode. I lost my brother, Tony, this last week, and it's been a really hard week. It's been devastating for my family, super hard on everybody, but it has also been tremendously uplifting. We've had support and love from people who've given us. It's been amazing. So I wanted to share what I had to say at the service, because I want you to know my big brother like I knew him. And I want his memory to live on. And I want you also maybe provide a little hope for somebody who's going through something like that, like we are going through right now. So here's kind of what I had to say. So most of the people called my brother Tony. Many people called him Easy T. And a select few even called him the Ice Machine. And that's hilarious to about probably 5 people. And if you don't know, his best friend JD will tell you sometime if you're old enough. You know, my brother, he always seemed like he should have been in Ireland. Like he just felt at home in Ireland, because I moved to Dublin in 1998, and the last 2 weeks I was living there, T came over, we traveled the country together. One thing about this dude, man, within 3 days of landing in the country, my brother had a thicker accent than Conor McGregor. And one day he saw this commercial for a beer called Beamish, and then it was all over for me. He must have seen some sort of slight flinch or annoyance in my reaction to the commercial, because his big brother instincts kicked in immediately, and he came up with his evil plan. You know, he would torture for me for hours on end with, I'm going to do his little impression right here. Hey, Joe, got to trouble you for the pint of Beamish. Oh, Joe, would you care for the pint of Beamish? I mean, over and over. He did this to me 2 months ago. You know, but back then, you know, he controlled the flow of the leftovers, so I allowed him to torture me, you know, because he would eat. I couldn't really afford to eat, and he could, so I was finishing his leftovers every day, and within 2 weeks, I had gained 20 pounds. It's pretty impressive, right? So, or as my wacky Irish scale said, 1.5 stones. A stone is 14 pounds, if you need to know. I didn't know that. So, and then people would constantly mistake him for this American soccer player named Alexi Lawless. Yeah, Google him sometime. You'll understand why. 6'4", skinny, shaka red hair, goatee, and that's my bro right there. So, and this would happen a lot, and he wouldn't agree with them, but he wouldn't correct him either. So it was pretty hilarious to me. So this next one, my brother Bob always tells these stories better, but y'all are stuck with me, so I'll try to do justice because it just shows off my brother's Tony's quirky sense of humor. They were all at the Ring of Kerry. It's this beautiful place in Ireland with all these scenic overlooks, and everyone's oohing and eyeing over the main attraction. But Tony created this little sideshow for his fellow tourists. He was already decked out in his finest Irish tweeds he liked to wear, and he began to describe for those lucky enough to be around him the natural beauty that they had missed. You know, with his accent on full Irish brogue, he pointed out a few rocks just scattered pretty near, and he said, "Now, if you look to your left, you'll see what is known as the Devil's Molars." And the poor, unsuspecting sightseers got their cameras out and began documenting this unexpected spectacle that was not in their travel guide. So if you ever see someone's photo book and they show you the Devil's Molars, it's the work of Tony, the tour guide. You know, Tony, he got along with people from all walks of life. You know, I was in the party, in a backyard at a party one time with some of my friends, and we were all these big football players, and the owner of the house came out and said, "Hey, there's some kind of shady-looking guys in the kitchen I think they're going to start getting rowdy. Can you kick those guys out?" And everyone started smiling, and we all turned to, like, in Tommy Boy, we know where the weight room is, all puffed out. And he said, "Of course we can." Hey, this was pre-internet, kids. You had to make your own fun, okay? So we walked into the kitchen and nicely escort these gentlemen out. And my friend Josh saw them first, and he threw his hands in the air and shouted, "It's Tony!" And in the process of throwing his hands in the air, he also shattered the globe of the ceiling fan in the kitchen. And to this girl's dismay, all these meathead football players were best friends and brothers to the shady characters. And she just shook her head and walked out. You know, it's kind of like, have you ever seen Braveheart? It's like when the Irish are supposed to be fighting the Scottish and they all end up just hugging it out. It was pretty amazing. I always loved it when my friends loved my big brother just like I did. So that was just a great example if he could get along with anybody. And, you know, it was a sad day. There's so many stories. I could tell 100 stories about my brother. And it's sad. I'm so sad that he's gone. But I want to share a little bit of hope, too. Because if you remember nothing else, remember this. Good will come from this. Good will come from this. You know, that's my guarantee. You know, I know it's hard to believe. Trust me, I know. And I don't know what it looks like. Maybe someone decides to reconnect with family or friends they haven't spoken to in years. Maybe decide to adopt a cat. Tony he was a big cat guy. Maybe they finally break free from an addiction, or maybe they decide to start a relationship with Jesus. Maybe they start taking care of their health. I don't know what it looks like. I just know it'll happen. So look for the good in the coming days and months and years. And when that good comes, you think of T, you think of Tony, and his memory will live on that way. And I'm not saying we don't need to be sad right now. It's okay to be down. I'm down there with you. Believe me, I'm down here with you. But let's not stay down here. We got to get back up. You can honor his memory on how you live your life going forward. So you make that phone call, take that picture, go on that trip. Don't wait. Tomorrow is not promised. I'd like to close it off with an Irish blessing I think my brother Tony would approve of. As you slide down the banisters of life, may the splinters never point the wrong way. Hey, until tomorrow comes for me too, big brother, I will see you then. Love you, T. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I am so grateful to have these awesome sponsors. Go refinance your house with my friend Dominic Garver. Here's what happened. I called him up. He checked out my info, and he told me I didn't need to change a thing. No trying to sell me on a bunch of other stuff I didn't need. Just ran my number and told me he didn't need anything. So let him just run your numbers. He will do everything he can to save you years and money off of your mortgage. You can give him a call at 256-714-1429 or check out his website, rocketcitymortgageguy.com. And then Teak Patnick with Patnick Realty. He's a guy, he's a native Huntsvillian, just like myself. He's a licensed real estate professional since 2004. Hey, you're not just a transaction with Teak. He wants to build a relationship for life with you. And this guy does it all. General real estate sales, acquisitions, property management, investments. Prayer, hard work ethic, honesty, and results are the foundations of what he's been built on. You can trust Patnick Realty with all your real estate needs, and they would be honored to be your turnkey agent for life. I trust Teak, and you should too. Give him a call at 256-694-0117 or email him at teak@patnickco.com. All that's in the show notes. You can look up it. Hey, is your child struggling with math? Are you frustrated trying to help them? Then you need Mathnasium of Madison. They will meet your child where they are and help them get where they need to go. And they will do this in a positive and uplifting environment. You will see measurable changes in attitude, confidence, and school progress. Go to their website, mathnasium.com/MadisonAL, and sign up for the assessment. It is a risk and cost-free process that will tell you exactly where your child stands academically. That website again, mathnasium.com/MadisonAL. And let's talk Apparelab. You can grow your business with creative merch. They got branded merch, promotional swag. You can increase your visual awareness with signs, banners, decals. They can even do an online fundraiser for your school or nonprofit. Go check out everything they do. Go to their new website. They just did it. It looks awesome. It's apparelab.inc, I-N-K. And you can also email them at theapparellab@gmail.com. Either way, use promo code Relentless. Save yourself some money. Get some awesome products. Hey, support these awesome businesses who support positivity. I really appreciate them, and they'll do you right. Have an awesome day.